Why coding matters. Hierarchical condition category coding helps communicate the complexity of a patient's state of health. HCC codes directly influence risk-adjusted cost of care for the patient. This makes it more critical than ever to accurately document and code for the conditions being treated. For example, instead of documenting history of a congestive heart failure on Lasix, a more HCC acceptable documentation would be compensated left ventricular congestive heart failure stable, daily weights, and compliant with Lasix. CMS has an acronym to help with documentation criteria, MEET. Keep in mind, only one element of MEET is required in the medical record documentation to support an additional diagnosis. M is for monitoring. This includes documenting any signs, symptoms, disease progression, or disease regression. E is for evaluating. This means documenting test results, effectiveness of medications, and response to treatment. A is for assessing or addressing. This could include ordering tests, discussion, reviewing records, or counseling. T is for treating, where you should document medications, therapies, referrals, or other modalities. In general, your primary diagnosis will have 3 to 4 elements of MEET. Again, only one element of MEET is required in the medical record documentation to support an additional diagnosis. By following MEET guidelines, you can be confident that your documentation is complete and supports appropriate additional codes. Forever codes are for conditions that will unlikely resolve, such as organ transplants and amputations. Forever codes describe important diagnoses that communicate a patient's disease burden. The forever part of a forever code refers to the condition, not the code. That means these must be evaluated, documented, and coded annually. If not, the risk factor score for the patient will be lowered, and the disease burden of the patient won't be adequately assessed. With forever codes, like any codes, you need to properly document within your SOAP note. Need more coding support? Check out the coding education and resources available on the Physician Alliance website and member portal.